This is who Tucker Carlson sat down with and had a longer than an hour conversation with about what his beliefs are. Remember all of the talk just in the recent months that you can't call us Nazis, the Republicans say. These GOP do-nothings, these patriots. You can't call us fascists. You can't call us Nazis. You can't call us white supremacists. Don't call us neo-Nazis. That only promotes violence. The reason that we call them Nazis and neo-Nazis and white supremacists and racists and fascists is because, well, one, they are, but they give us all the evidence that they are. Tucker Carlson recently sat down with Nick Fuentes, the dinner guest of Donald Trump, the Holocaust denier, anti-Semite, abject neo-Nazi, admitted lover of Adolf Hitler. So why would we not call them Nazis and fascists? Why would we not? And there's kind of a little bit of a split taking place in the Republican Party right now. You've got people in the Heritage Foundation camp, the Kevin Roberts camp, that say, we can't criticize anyone in the movement. This is a great conversation to have, I guess, about race and about who's a Nazi and who's not. And this should all be allowed. This is all just a debate to be had. I'm going to play that clip. But then also I'm going to play Ted Cruz at the Republican Jewish Coalition. And then we're going to get to what Nick Fuentes himself has to say about JD Vance, the non-Nazi, the non-fascist, Republican. But first, let's do that. Let's start with Kevin Roberts, who's the president, the grand poobah of the Heritage Foundation, the tip of the spear of Project 2025, which has now supplanted the Republican platform. The Project 2025 is the blueprint from which the Trump administration is working right now. Nearly 50% of what it proposes has been accomplished. The thing that Donald Trump disavowed during the campaign, that the media let him off the hook to disavow. Here is Kevin Roberts talking about the association of Tucker Carlson, his good friend, and Nazi Nick Fuentes.
The Heritage Foundation didn't become the intellectual backbone of the conservative movement by canceling our own people or policing the consciences of Christians. And we won't start doing that now. We don't take direction from comments on X, though we are grateful for the robust free speech debate. We also don't take direction from members or donors, though we are inherently grateful for their support. And we're adding more every day. This is the robust debate we invite with our colleagues, our movement friends, our members, and the American public. We will always defend truth. We will always defend America, and we will always defend our friends against the slander of bad actors who serve someone else's agenda. That includes Tucker Carlson, who remains, and as I have said before, always will be a close friend of the Heritage Foundation. The venomous coalition attacking him are sowing division. Their attempt to cancel him will fail. Most importantly, the American people expect us to be focusing on our political adversaries on the left, not attacking our friends on the right.
You may ask yourself, who is this venomous coalition that is sowing division? And I would like to introduce you to one member of the venomous coalition that is sowing division. And I've already spoiled it, but you might be surprised. Let's just act like I didn't spoil it. Let's just pretend. Let's play pretend. This particular member of the venomous coalition sowing division is none other than, noted liberal, noted progressive Ted Cruz.
And there are some people who are embraced at the highest level of government who have said there is no one they hate more than Christian Zionists. Well, I'll tell you what, there's no one I hate more than communists and jihadists who want to murder us. And now is a time for choosing. Now is a time for courage. If you sit there and nod adoringly Well, someone tells you that Winston Churchill was the villain of World War II. If you sit there and nod while someone says there's a very good argument America should have intervened on behalf of Nazi Germany in World War II. If you sit there with someone who says Adolf Hitler was very, very cool, and that their mission is to combat and defeat global Jewry, and you say nothing, then you are a coward and you are complicit in that evil.
He's talking about people who are embraced at the highest levels of government. He's talking about this government. He's talking about Donald Trump's administration. He's calling them cowards. It's interesting. It falls on deaf ears, though, because you'll remember that this same kind of passion and energy was brought against Donald Trump when Donald Trump called his wife ugly. He's since bent the knee and fallen in line to worship at the throne of the dear leader. He is but a high priest in the cult of Donald Trump now. But there was a time when Ted Cruz was saying the right thing, acting like a brave, bold man, defending his family, calling Donald Trump the same words that he just used against these Nazi apologists. Remember this moment.
Donald Trump retweeted a side-by-side photo of his wife Melania with Ted's wife Heidi. A short time ago, Cruz responded for the first time to that picture, telling Donald to, quote, leave Heidi the hell alone.
Let me be absolutely clear. Our spouses and our children are off bounds. It is not acceptable for a big, loud New York bully to attack my wife. It is not acceptable for him to make insults, to send nasty tweets late at night. And I don't know what he does late at night, but he tends to do these about 11:30 at night. I assume when his fear is at the highest point. I'm not looking forward to telling the girls why Donald Trump is launching insults and attacks at their mommy. I'm not looking forward to that conversation because it is not acceptable. Real men don't try to bully women. That's not an action of strength. That's an action of weakness. It's an action of fear. It's an action of a small and petty man. Heidi is my best friend in the whole world. She is the love of my life. And Donald should stick with attacking me because Heidi is way out of Donald Trump's league. You know, I have to say, seeing him go deeper and deeper to the gutter, it's not easy to tick me off. I don't get angry often. But you mess with my wife, you mess with my kids, that'll do it every time. Donald, you're a sniveling coward, and leave Heidi the hell alone.
So here is what these people on the side of defending the Nazi associations, this is who they're defending. This is who Tucker Carlson sat down with and had a longer than an hour conversation with about what his beliefs are and how he came to his beliefs and where they find common ground. If you want to watch the Tucker interview, I don't recommend it, but it's out there on YouTube. This is who they're defending. We're going to bleep out all of the racial slurs for Indians. We're going to play for you Nick Fuentes talking about the Vice President of the United States, who he calls a race mixer, a race traitor, fat and gay, coming from someone who is now being vehemently defended by the Heritage Foundation and Kevin Roberts. Watch this.
All right. Why would we let this fat guy who's married to a and works for a gay CIA Fed, why would we let him grow? It's like so insane. The JD Vance operation is in full swing, man. Think about it. Andrew Tate and Bronze Age pervert and all these people, for years, all they talk about is going to the gym, being a vitalist, fighting the Matrix, India smells bad, all this kind of shit. And now they're all in favor of a fat race mixer who's married to a who named his son Vivek, who was mentored by a Jewish neocon and a gay Fed, Peter Thiel, and the guy's in bed with fucking Israel. And that's your guy? And I'm the controlled opposition, really? Your guy is literally a fat gay race trader who married a who works for a gay Fed, a Fed informant, a CIA contractor, mentored by a Jewish neocon, and the dude's in bed with Israel. And he wears eyeliner. You know, so Andrew Tate said the Groypers need to go to the gym. Dude, JD Vance needs to go to the gym. He's fat and it's disgusting. People are talking about Groypers. Groypers are brown. Dude, JD Vance's kids are brown. His kids. His wife is brown. She's a...
But don't call them Nazis. It makes them sad. Don't call them something they're not, everybody. They're defending this. This is just a debate to be had. But JD Vance, look, JD Vance is a lot of things. But race traitor, because he has a brown wife, because his wife doesn't share the same religion as him, because he named his son some other name that he doesn't like, he's a race traitor. He's being accused of being gay as though that's an insult or something to deny. This is the Republican Party. This is it. I mean, look, I'm here for dissension in the ranks. I'm here for chaos in the Republican Party. Absolutely. I'm here for the breakdown of structure and good order. Absolutely. But this should wake up some Republicans out there. Some, right? Like, God, this is my party? Because you know what I don't have to do all the time is defend Democrats against accusations that they're Nazis. And when one does arise, who's had a Nazi tattoo for nearly 2 decades, I speak out against them. Graham Plattner. I speak out against the former members of the KKK, like Robert Byrd when he was alive, and I don't make excuses for them. But we're not replete with Nazis in the Democratic Party. It's not Nazis and KKK members and lovers of the Confederacy who are endorsing and voting for Democrats. They're there for Trump. They're big for Donald Trump. We can talk about the party realignment until we're blue in the face, but it is clear the reality on the ground right now. That when masked Nazis march through the streets in Idaho or Ohio or Florida or name another state, they're there in support of conservatism. They're there in support of Donald Trump, sometimes overtly, directly. The Charlottesville rally was a pro-Trump thing. Anyway, please let me know what you think. If you have insight into this new rift in the Republican Party, I'd love to hear it. You can comment below. You can also call the voicemail line 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. Please consider supporting this work, helping me produce these videos, reaching the millions of people that I do every month. You can go to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. That's the best way because they take way less of a cut. More of the money goes to support the show and the work we do. You can also go on YouTube and click the join button on the channel or below this video and become a channel member for the same deal, $2 a month. I love and appreciate you very much. I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.